Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Cuda Education. Uh, today I want to just update you guys on the textured material code base. Okay, so we had this is Clean Slate 3.0. So Clean Slate 3.0. If you go into my video archive or if you go into the playlist, anything Clean Slate 3 or 3.1 or 3.11, anything in the 3 point whatever series, 3.0 series, Clean Slate 3.0 series is dealing with textured materials. Okay, so this particular video now, this is going to be I'm going to name this video Clean Slate 3.2. So this Clean Slate 3.2 video, what I basically did is I added in the camera and movement logic in the script. So if you go to the Clean Slate 3.0 video, you'll see that it's just you just see sort of a side of a building, right? But I've updated the logic so that now we have the full bistro scene and we have full movement throughout the scene. And I just needed, I'm gonna have to update all the previous stages that I didn't do this, so that we could have a better understanding of what's going on in the scene, and every subsequent step after that, we could digest the full scene and see what's actually happening and how things change. So this right here is the full scene with the textured material applied, right? So you could see that, things look a little wonky for sure, right? But, it's not the full application, but we do get to see that textures have been applied to the scene, and we are getting somewhere. Now I'm going to play around with this particular step. So I'm going to play around with the textures. What I want to do is I want to rotate the textures that are applied onto the objects so they look misplaced or skewed or whatever. Because the way how textures are applied, basically you start at one corner, and then it's almost like like you're putting on a mask. So you might have this object here, but then you apply a mask that then has these etchings for the windows and the bricks and the wallpaper and all that stuff, right? Same thing with here and here. So what I want to do is I want to play around with this particular thing, the application of the texture, misrotate it. So instead of the stripes being straight across, maybe it looks like this. It looks diagonal, or it looks vertical or something. So we'll play around with that, and see how it's done, what files have to be modified, and how we get to that situation. So that is that is for the textured materials, right? So yeah, so we could see here that obviously it's not the final modern renderer thing. We don't really have any light action going on as such. Yeah, we just have the textured materials as seen. We could see that we have our awnings here, but they don't look nice and shiny and whatever. It's just kind of whatever. Also, I noticed that, like, they're usually wine glasses here, but I don't see the wine glasses. Okay, so there are no wine glasses. I do see this bottle, but the wine glasses haven't showed up yet. So we'll have to figure out what's going on with that. But this is the Clean Slate 3.0 step, where we applied the textured materials and not much else, right? So all the other visual effects. But I want to play around with all that stuff and see what is going on. So we could do a bird's eye view of all that's going on. I'm not sure. you know. So anyway, guys, we're keeping it moving. I don't have you know, haven't been giving you updates for a while, but we're back in action. So we're gonna play around with this and figure out what's going on and how we mess around with the textured materials and see how it is applied. Now, there's a difference between how metal applies textures and how like OpenGL and stuff. Apparently, the convention for the two is like the opposite of each other. So sometimes if you run an application and you see, you know, the textures are off, it's because the person failed to account for the fact that you're using a different convention. All right, this is Cuda Education, guys. You know what to do to support the channel and support the effort, all that good stuff. Have a great day.